How's it going, my confident bakers? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome back to another video. Today we're making a delicious deep fried street food snack from my childhood, so let's get in the kitchen and get started. A cheburek is a classic deep fried Eastern European street food snack. It is made of a piece of unleavened dough, folded over filling and shaped into a crescent. The filling is very simple, with only a few basic ingredients. Ground meat, could be beef, pork, lamb or even chicken. Onions, parsley, salt and black pepper. But unlike other flatbreads, this one is filled with a raw meat filling, which cooks alongside the dough. And that makes the cheburek kind of like a giant delicious dumpling. So let's get right to it. Let me show you how it's made. Starting with the ingredients, we'll need some white bread flour, salt, vegetable oil and water. When it comes to the filling, we'll need some ground meat. I used beef this time. We'll need some finely chopped white onion, some chopped parsley, salt and black pepper. And of course for frying, we'll need some oil. You can use any oil that you like. When it comes to frying, I prefer to use oils which don't have very strong flavors. Vegetable oil, sunflower oil, peanut oil. You definitely want to use a deep pan for frying. I ended up using my non-stick frying pan. I regretted it. I'll also need a bowl for mixing the dough in, scales, a dough scraper and a rolling pin. This recipe is really super simple with a very short ingredients list, and we only need a few pieces of equipment to make it. Well, let's move on to making the dough. In a large bowl, combine the water and the salt, give them a quick mix, make sure to dissolve the salt, then add the oil and the flour. Grab your dough scraper and mix it to a dough. The beauty of unleavened dough is that you cannot mess it up. You can find a few other unleavened dough recipes on my channel, mostly in the flatbreads playlist. Come to think of it, I'm not sure what the cheburek actually is. It's kind of like a flatbread, but not really. Maybe you can give me an idea. Anyway, once you've fully mixed your dough, weigh it and then divide it into 5 equal pieces. This recipe makes 5 chebureki, enough for 2 hungry people. If you want to make them larger, use a larger pan and divide the dough into fewer pieces. You could also divide the dough into many pieces and make little miniature versions, but that is too much work for me. Okay, after dividing the dough, shape it into balls. Take a piece of dough, flatten it out, then fold the edge over the middle whilst going around in a circle until you reach point where it started. Then tighten it against the table. That's your shaping done. We want the dough to be nice and smooth and not sticky, and we will achieve this by shaping it twice. Since we're not actively kneading it, we need to do something to get that result. So after 15 minutes of resting, shape the dough ball one more time. And it goes exactly the same way as previously. Place the dough ball on the table with the smooth side down, flatten it out, fold the edge over the middle, go around in a circle until you reach point where it started. Then flip it smooth side up again, tighten it against the table, that's your dough ball done. Once you have finished shaping all the dough balls, place them on a tray or on a plate, cover them so they don't dry out, and then pop them in the fridge to chill for 15 minutes. A cold dough is much easier to work with, and the time in the fridge will also give the gluten a chance to relax, which will make the dough easier to roll out. And whilst the dough is chilling, we can make the filling. Grab a large bowl, drop the onions in it, add the parsley, the salt and the pepper. Give it all a quick mix and then add the meat. And once you've added the meat, don't waste your time with a fork or a spoon like I did, just use your hands to mix it all together. I did realize it a little bit later. Just smush it all together until everything's nice and evenly distributed. Okay, the filling's done, let's leave it on the side, and once the timer goes off, pull the dough balls back out of the fridge. We can start shaping our cheburek. Right, grab a dough ball, cover it in flour so it doesn't stick to the table. Always begin by flattening it out by hand. If you go at it with the rolling pin straight away, it might become a little bit wonky and not quite round. To make it perfectly round, first flatten it by hand, and then when it comes to rolling, you want to turn the dough after each time you roll it. Don't press too hard, take your time, just gradually open it up. Roll it to about 8 inches or 20 centimeters across. You'll know you're almost there once it becomes difficult to roll. Once you're happy with your rolling job, grab 1/5 of the filling and spread it out on 1/2 of the dough. Leave a little edge, which we'll use for sealing up the chebureki later. You want to flatten the filling most of the way before you place it on the dough. That'll make the job a lot easier. Once you're happy with the placement of the filling, wet your fingers with water or use a brush and brush the edge of the dough to make it sticky. Then gently lift it up and fold it over to meet the other edge. Try to line the edges as perfectly as you can, but of course it won't be a big deal if you don't, and try to press most of the air out of it. We don't want a big bubble blowing up as we are frying the dough. So before you completely seal it up, you want to press it gently using the palm of your hand. Press your fingertips into the edge to really seal it up. And now we can move on to making that nice little crimped edge. It looks quite fancy in the end, but it's pretty simple. Start at one end, grab the corner of the dough, pull it out and fold it over. As you fold it, another little corner will be formed. So to perform the next fold, grab the next little corner, pull it out and fold it over. And just keep repeating this until you've reached the end. You only have to do it once to get the hang of it. And once you've learned it, you'll never forget it. It's like riding a bike. Just so you really get the idea, here's a closer look at how it's done. Grab the corner with your index finger and your thumb, pull it outward and then fold it over. Then grab the newly created corner, pull it outwards and fold it over. And then keep repeating the same step until you reach the other end. You can use this method for making dumplings, pasties, patties, and anything else that may need a tightly sealed edge. Okay, once all the chebureki have been shaped, we can go and fry them. You want to preheat your oil to around 180 degrees Celsius or 355 Fahrenheit. It's fine if it's slightly hotter because the temperature will drop down as we start frying our chebureki. And like I said earlier, you really want to use a deep pan. I mean, it is called deep frying for a reason. Some of the juices from the filling will eventually leak out, and then the oil will start sputtering quite violently. These things will take around 6 minutes to fully cook. First you want to place them in your oil and leave them to fry for 2 minutes. Then gently flip them and fry them for 2 more minutes. And then give it a flip after another minute, which will give them 3 minutes per side. It goes without saying that your full attention should be on this pan as you're cooking them. Hot oil is not something you want to have an accident with. Keep any kids, pets or curious spouses in a separate room. Tongs will be the best tool for flipping these things, but you could carefully flip them with a couple of spatulas. You definitely don't want to turn them around by throwing them. You'll make a mess in the best case, but you'll burn yourself in the worst case. Don't worry about the raw meat filling. It'll definitely be fully cooked in 6 minutes. It is a small amount and it's quite thin, so it doesn't take that long to cook. And these bad boys look pretty much done. They're nice and bubbly, they're golden brown, and they are ready to be devoured. Drain the excess oil off on a rack or on a piece of kitchen paper. But there you go. That's how you make a classic Eastern European street food snack, the cheburek. You know, there used to be these urban legends about the street vendors selling these things. People used to say that they are using mystery meat to make them. The funny thing is that it never deterred me from eating them. I had never tried making them for myself until today, and it tastes exactly like I remember it from my childhood. So I'm guessing I wasn't unfortunate enough to get that mystery meat filling. Anyway, I'm very happy with the results here. I really encourage you to try to make this snack. It is super basic, super easy, very quick, and absolutely delicious. I am definitely making this again soon. So what do you think these greasy bad boys? Are they to your taste? Let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this one, click over here. Subscribe to the channel, click right here. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.